Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa. This is my workshop. Well, it's been a little while since I've done a Papa's Basics video, so I thought I would take you back into the workshop and just go over some very basic tips for, the absolute beginner. A lot of you who are more experienced, you may not need to see or hear what I'm going to show you. So this is really more or less aimed at the beginner. Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's head inside to the workshop and let's get right down to it, okay? Okay, gang, so we're here at the workshop, and you have seen me advocate in the past about separating all of your parts from the sprue. Now, for those of you who are absolute beginners, okay, your sprue refers to this, okay? The parts tree, right? And you see the parts are attached to this plastic frame here, okay? That's referred to as sprue. Some call it a sprue tree or a parts tree. But if you hear anybody mention sprue, that's what this is, this framework that holds the parts, okay? That's all that means. So, as I just mentioned, I have been an advocate of removing all the parts from the sprue and separating them by color. And what I do as a matter of habit is I paint all of my parts according to the individual colors, okay, that are listed. All right. Now, with a Revel kit, for example, they will give you a color key in the beginning of the instructions. And the color key comes with a letter. So the color key for the 56 Del Rey, flat black, would be B. All right. So I coordinate my individual organizers according to that. It keeps things nice and organized. Okay. So let's take a trip over here to the assembly bench. All right. Here we go. And if you're new to the channel, you know that here at the assembly bench, I like to assemble on a Lazy Susan, all right? I've shown this before, and what this is simply a Lazy Susan that I got from, some home goods store, I guess. And then what I did, hang on, let me separate this, is I got some particle board, okay? And what I did with the particle board was I cut it, hang on guys, just bear with me. I cut it to the size of this work mat, all right? You can get these work mats at Hobby Lobby, Michael, and really any hobby store, okay? So I put the work mat on top of that particle board that was cut to match this, and then I put the whole thing on the Lazy Susan, all right? I really find that it comes in handy, particularly if you're working on a given area and you're waiting for glue to dry and you want to work on the other side. I can just simply flip this around and not even touch the build or the area while I'm waiting for glue to dry. So that's just one little thing that I like to do. Now, getting back to the organizer that I just showed you with all the different colored parts separated, what I will do is when I'm in a given area, and I'll show you this right now. Hang on, let me put on my glasses. Okay, I am working on this area right in here. That's what I'm working on currently. Okay, so when I get up to a particular area that I'm working on, I will pick the parts out of the individual colored organizer bins, and I will put them into another bin, and all the parts that I need, okay, for working on this area here are now separated and sitting here in a little plastic cup. All right. Now, I have mentioned this in the past. I get these cups actually from Dollar Tree. All right. And you can get like 8 or 10 of them. If you want to hold on one second, I'll show you real quick. I'm over here at the pegboard over on the other side of the workshop. So just bear with me a second. All right. And here, I'm going to show you. You get 10 of these for $1.25. All right? Yeah, $1.25. See that? And you get 10 of them. These happen to be square. Okay? Here's some round ones if you want to stick with the round ones. All right? And again, you get 10 of them for $1.25. So, can't go wrong at that price, and it helps you separate and keep things organized instead of constantly running back to the organizer bin and fishing out the individual parts from the different colors. All right, so everything I need for the part that I'm working on is here. If you're working on an area where the parts are bigger, you can use a bigger cup. All right. And still yet, you can use an even larger cup than that if need be. So you can just graduate up for the size cup that you need to separate out the parts for the area that you're working on. Okay. In the last video, I think I showed you this. This is the underside of the 56 Del Rey. And at that point, it was still relatively clean. Okay, and I said that I was going to grunge it up and make it rusty and grungy. Well, that's what I've done, and I showed you that I use the Tamiya weathering kit to do that. All right, and that's basically what I did. I used the Tamiya weathering kit to weather this. Now, just to give you an idea, because now this is just my personal way of doing things, my personal likes and dislikes, I guess. Hang on, I'm dropping stuff. I'm showing you how to be organized, and I'm over here off camera dumping my stuff out of the cup. Okay, so here is the underside that I grunged up. Here's an older car from quite a long while ago. All right, you see the difference? Okay, this is nice and clean and pristine, but to me, this looks kind of like a toy. All right. Now, if you like it to be nice and clean like that, then by all means, keep it that way. For me, my personal opinion, I like it to have that more realistic look where it's got a little bit of rust and carbon burn and so forth on here. I don't know if the camera's picking up that blue. The blue that I put on there is very, very subtle. You don't want to overdo that. But there's your difference between patina or weathering a little bit here versus keeping it nice and clean over here. All right. Another thing that I have been asked about in the past is if you're painting. All right. Now I'm talking about if you have a paint booth or an area that's designated as a painting area, whether you're using an airbrush or rattle cans, okay? And if you're a spray can painter, the rattle cans do a very nice job. So I've been asked in the past, well, how do you deal with keeping your parts like this, for example? Okay. How do you keep these parts in such a way that you can lay them out and paint them? All right. Well, one thing that I do, which I find helpful, is I'll just take a piece of cardboard. All right. This is just from a cardboard box, and I cut it. I took some Tamiya tape. I wrapped it around. Okay. So you have the sticky side on both sides. Right. And then you can take something like this and you can put it right on there. Okay. And now you can take your spray can or your airbrush and you can paint that, and see, it'll stay. And you can line up, a whole bunch of them just like that. All right. And that's just something that works for me. Okay. So just, little basic ideas. There's lots of ways of going about this, but that's just one way that I have found that helps me. Thought I'd share that with you. Something, I was looking for something in here the other day, and I found this. And I have no idea what this is. I really don't. I mean, it looks like it's useful for something, but I have no idea what it is. I'll figure that out another day. So, again, I just wanted to stop on here really, really quickly, do a really fast Papa's Basics. It's been a while since I've done a Papa's Basics, and I hope that maybe this helps out some of you beginners on how to do some things. This is something else too. I've pointed this out in the past. This is basically a wax pen, all right, where you can pick up very small parts with something like this, okay? And you pick up a very tiny piece, all right? All right, see, I got lots of tiny pieces in there, so let me fish one out of there, all right? And it'll hold on to it. All right, now this is still on the sprue, okay? But if you have a tiny, teeny piece, this will pick it up. And then when you're going to place your piece, you can just kind of twist it and it'll come right off. All right, so that's excellent for placing small parts on your build. All right, another quick thing before I let you go, and I think I've shown this before. This, by the way, is called Vicarer. I think I got that on Amazon, and I don't remember what I paid for it. I don't think it was very much. The other thing I want to show you is this. This is an electronic suction cup. All right, now when I say electronic, it's battery driven. You don't have to plug it in. So it's wireless, there's a battery in there, and you push the button right up here. I don't know if you can hear that, but what that will do is it will pick up your windshield. So let me see if I can find, I don't have a windshield here. No, I don't see a windshield here, but I'll tell you what, let's see if we can pick this up, okay? All right. And this is simply a larger version of a little plastic bin if you need something even larger. But let's see if this will pick that up. Here's a piece of glass right there, okay? And in fact, I'll tell you what, let's cut that off. All right? Let's cut that off real quick. All right? So you have a little piece of glass like that, okay? And you need to put that into a small spot. So you press your button, you go down, you get it. Look at that. See that? It'll hold it right there. And then when you're ready to place it in the spot, you just place it, release the button, okay? And there you go, okay? So that's a handy little tool. And I'm trying to quick look, Pros Kit, there it is. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm sorry, I don't remember where I got this. I'm almost positive I got it on Amazon. And again, I don't remember how much it was, but there's the name if you want to Google it and look it up. And that's a neat little trick for installing clear plastic parts like a windshield, for example. Okay, guys, this was just a really quick Papa's Basics. So I'm going to let you go. And before I do, if you would like a shop card, okay, there is the email address, okay? And if you are a content creator and you want to swap shop cards, there is the mailing address, all right? And I want to mention my sponsor, Gallery. And I cannot find my usual card that I show you for Gallery. Oh, here it is. It fell on the floor. Okay, and Gallery makes the Kaleido paints that we've all been so excited about testing these last couple of weeks because they were just released, I guess, about a month ago. So you can purchase your Kaleido paints on the Gallery website. And of course, Gallery has a whole bunch of airbrushes and other equipment. And if you use my discount code right down there at the bottom, PPMW, you see it down there in red, you will get 10% off of everything that you purchase. Okay, pretty good deal. All right, so as I said, I'm going to let you go. This was a quick Papa's Basics. Hit the subscribe button if you are not a subscriber, and if you're on the Facebook side, jump over to YouTube and also do the same thing. Hit the subscribe button, and that helps me, helps the channel, and it ensures that you will continue to be stuck with me. Sorry, I don't mean to threaten you. All right. Listen, gang, thanks again for tuning in and watching me again, and I will see you in the next video.